Your teenage child has been diagnosed with functional neurological disorder, short for FND, and you as a parent, yes, empowering your teen to have ownership and independence is very, very important towards the resolution of FND. But that does not necessarily mean that you as a parent have nothing to do with your child. Far from it. In this video, I'm going to talk about why parents need to be part of the team to resolve FND for your child and how to do it. So let's get started. Hi, my name is Dr. Lee. I'm a pediatric health psychologist and the founder of Teen FND Academy. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why parents need to be part of the team and how to go about it. But before that, the huge, what is FND? Because I bet you included, you had no idea what FND was until your child got the diagnosis of FND. So what is FND? FND is an umbrella term to describe this cross-wired communication network problem between the brain and the body, even though your child's brain and body are physiologically and structurally quote-unquote okay. It is a real diagnosis. Your child's not making things up. It is not just in her head because it is a biopsychosocial phenomenon. And unlike adult FND, who has a bit of a challenging time and rate and odds of getting better, teen FND, as long as you and your teen take a right approach towards the resolution of FND, the chances are your teen can resolve this FND completely, like over 90%. But the time is against you and your teen, and you have to take the right approach. One of the right approach includes parents need to be part of the team. That's why the teen FND is a little bit different from adult FND. So let me walk you through. And when I say parents' involvement, what do I mean by that exactly? And why parents' involvement is important? Well, first of all, your teen, even though they want to be very independent and have ownership and all of that stuff, they're still technically a minor. So legally, yes, you as a parent, your involvement is absolutely necessary. And I'm not just talking about the financial responsibility or driving your teen around for doctor's appointments and things like that. Decision-making process and communication, all of the other things, right? So let me get back to it. So your job is to support your teen, while your teen's job is to do the work to get better. What that means is your teen is definitely in the driver's seat. Your teen has to do the work. There's nothing anyone or anything else can do to fix the problem of FND because it is happening in your child's body and the brain, right? However, you as a parent are not necessarily in the passenger seat either. It's more like you are a co-pilot. So you guys are going to be working together as a team. And the reason why I'm talking about this is I had this family, actually quite a bit of families, talking to me, complaining about how these parents are not necessarily involved in their child's care when it comes to doctor's appointments. So specifically speaking, multiple providers are, let's just say, involved with your child's care. And these doctors are talking with each other, but parents have no clue what they're talking about because these communications, parents are not part of it. And let's just say that your child is going to see a therapist, whatever the therapist, whether it's a physical therapist, occupational therapist, or mental health therapist for FND. And parents are sort of dropping off their child and have no clue what's going on during the session. And therefore, parents don't have any intel or tools or strategies to help their teen at home. This creates a problem. Why? Because parents spend the most of the time with their child above anyone else on the planet, at least at this stage of the teen's life. And parents can be a great resource to provide a support, right? So why not use the resource while we have it? So again, the consequences is parents have no clue what's going on. And therefore, the real consequence is the progress towards the resolution of FND for this teen is absolutely stalled or continue to get worse. And then parents feel very frustrated and devastated because they don't really know what to do to help them. So what can you do? Number one, once again, because it is a teamwork involvement, teen in an active seat, and then parents, you guys are on the co-pilot seat. So it's really important for you guys to talk with each other about your level of involvement. Aside from the financial, who is the point person at doctor's appointment, for example? So if you, as a parent, are just taking over symptom report, how things are impacted, and what are the concerns and questions and all of that, as if it is your problem to solve, then your child is totally in a backseat. And so this is not really teamwork either, right? So you have to have a conversation with your teen about, hey, at this doctor's appointment, next time, how do you want me to help you? I can talk about your symptoms, but it's really important that you describe your own experience. And so I can take you there, I can make an appointment, and I can be in that room together. But for the most part, I would like you to have that information provided to the doctor. And if your teen is having a hard time providing the information in that moment, just prepare. Write it down on the phone, video record, whatever it is easier for the teen to communicate, even though they're not able to communicate in that moment for whatever reasons, then at least they are taking the part. So you are co-piloting this plan together. That also includes school communication. So again, depending on your teen's age and school and how the school is structured, you can be part of the team, but you don't have to be the only one who is communicating, or your teen does not need to be the only one communicating either. Again, talk with each other and then figure out what part of responsibilities that each party is willing to take on. And also, you as a parent have absolutely right to talk to providers, school, or anyone else about your wish and desire to be part of the communication. No, you don't need to take over the communication as if you are speaking for your child, because again, your teen kind of needs to have the active participation part during this resolution process or healing journey. So you don't really need to take on the labor of all the communication, but you do have absolutely right to be involved and be part of the communication, especially when it comes to decision-making process and things like that. And again, based on confidentiality, your teen's counselor may or may not be able to share everything they talk about during therapy sessions with you, but it is important for you as a parent to be in the know of where the treatment is going and what are the focus, right, of the treatment, and how you can help the teen at home if the therapist has anything to offer. And the red flag is if the therapist does not have anything to offer when it comes to FND treatment, then it might be time for you to look for an FND specialist. And again, it is also okay to establish the expectation between you and your teen about having this periodic check-in. So it could be like once a week or once a month, once every other week or once every day. It doesn't necessarily matter, but you and your teen are going to have somewhat of this periodic check-in process, so then you don't have to constantly nag your teen. How are you doing? How's everything? How are the symptoms and things like that? The purpose of this conversation is, do you want any changes for us to be involved more or less? And then what are the signs that we know from you that we can help you better in certain situations? So again, it's a heads up prep conversation, so then you don't have to scramble and be reactive and then think about it right there and then. So that's really the communication part that is really important. But just want to reassure you, yes, as a parent, you do have the right to know what's going on with your teen's treatment, especially when it comes to what you can do to help the teen at home, at school, everywhere, really towards a resolution of these FND conditions, because that is very possible. Well, I'm curious, how much are you actually involved? And the other question is, if you are two-parent household, then are you guys equally involved, or one is taking on more labor compared to the other? And if that is the case, how are you guys balancing this emotional toll that the one parent is holding? Because FND impacts everyone at home, whether you like it or not. Well, so leave a comment below. And if you have any questions or have more conversations and questions answered in a private setting, then I do have a Facebook group. The link is down below as well. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.